created this sales qualification ladder because I found out that when I'm on the sales call, it's so important that you actually know if the client, potential client, the prospect that you are talking to, that if they are talking the truth to you, if that's true, or if it's just an objection, or you gotta ask them certain questions, and you need to make 100% sure that you as a salesman have made the right decision and said, all right, yes, this person really doesn't have a problem that I solve, or this person actually has some other problem, or things like that. Okay, so even if they say to you that they are not interested or they don't have time and things like that, you need to make 100% sure that you qualify them, that you ask them the right questions, and come to from the 0% of this sales qualification ladder. Okay, when you really don't know, they don't know you, you don't know if they have the problem that you solve, and so on. So you gotta increase your certainty to 100%. Okay, that you make sure with the right questions when you are leading them through the sales process. Okay, you gotta make 100% sure that they really don't have the problem, or they actually do have it. Okay, and you can solve it if it's not the right time or it is, and so on. Okay, so the point that I'm making here is, okay, that when you begin a sales conversation, you are at the 0%. You really don't know if they have the problem. You don't know if they need your solution, and you will usually come to the first objection when you start talking to them. Okay, so when you start moving through the straight the line through the sales process, and you try to increase your certainty, or if they have the problem that you solve, you will come to the first objection. Okay, and they will say usually they are not interested right now, they don't have time, you sound like a salesman and your pitch is not right. Okay, I'm talking here about the amateur salespeople, and usually they will just come to this 25% of certainty or 10%, and they will already come to this roadblock objection, and they will actually lose the conversation already there. Okay, so your job is that you have great skills, that you are communicative, and so on, so you are actually able to move forward and actually break through this objection and start asking more questions, more qualification questions, to find out more about their exact problem if they have it. Okay, so when you start asking people more questions, you will increase your certainty that you think that they have the problem that you can solve, or you think that actually that your product is the right fit for them and that everything's fine. So you should break through the first objection and ask them more qualification questions. Okay, and then you will come to the 50% of this certainty and certainty, and you will be kind of sure, or not, you are not sure yet if they are really going to buy at the end. Okay, so you will keep asking them more questions, and you will then state your solution to them and your offer, and you will need to find out if they are willing to pay for it. Okay, so you will be increasing the certainty up to 75%. Okay, now you will be like, all right, they're talking to me, I think they have the problem, they are interested, but you're not sure if they will pay for the services. Okay, you're not sure if they will pay for it. Okay, so you are moving up, you are at 75% now, and then you will come to the objection, which always happens. Okay, and they will say to you, price is too high, competition has better offer, you don't provide that great value for this price, your product won't work really, and or they will say they don't have money, and so on. Okay, so you will be like at 75%. They listened to you that far, and your job as a great negotiator and salesperson is to increase this value and the need, and and provide them with so much of kind of promising results that the price won't be an objection anymore. Okay, and you will be, if you are a great closer, if you are a great salesman, you will be able to come to this 100% okay qualification line, and you will ask them, are you ready to begin with me now? Because you have as a salesman all the answers now, and you will say to them, are you ready to begin, or you don't want to start with me? Okay, so now you came to the 100% qualification line. Okay, and even if they will say no or yes. Okay, and the biggest problem that I experienced as a salesperson before, all the time, many times, is that I made 100% sure, okay, they're going to buy, they agreed, I was even so confident in this sale with them, in this deal, that they at the spot said to me that they are going to begin. I can send them the invoice, they're going to pay for it, and I already sent to them the invoice, but my problem was, looks like I was so I don't know how to say this word, but persuasion, okay, persuasive or something like that, okay, I don't know really, but I actually kind of was so confident in front of them that they agreed with me on the spot. They couldn't say no, and I was at the 100% qualification line, and I closed the deal at the spot, okay, but I did one mistake, okay, and look, the sale happens or it doesn't happen, okay, but at that point, and always you need to make 110% sure, you need to be 110% sure or 120% sure that they are going to buy with you, okay, and you need to double ask them and confirm with the prospect that they are actually going to really do the deal with you, okay? But with some of those deals that I kind of closed and came to the 100% line, when I called them again to confirm and double ask if they paid the invoice, if they're going to go, they didn't even pick up to my phone call anymore, okay? Because they didn't want to give me another chance, because I think that their business foundation was just not solid enough. And even if I was promising to them great results, they just were not able to move forward. I mean, they were not the right fit to work with me anyway. Okay, but you need to always make sure and double ask them if they are going to begin with you, and if they won't change their mind after the course. So your job with following this sales qualification ladder is that you actually make 100% sure and 110% sure that the solution, the product you have, is the right fit for their problem to be solved. Okay, so you gotta really double check with them, double ask them if they are not going to change their mind after this call and they are really going to begin with you. Okay, so the regular amateur salesman, they don't come even to 10 or 20 or 25% of this certainty that they have somebody on the other side who's got the problem, because they cannot break through the first objection at all, and they cannot even start asking the questions. They can't even earn 10 or 15 minutes of the prospect's time to talk with them, because they are not professional. Okay, but in this next slide, I'm going to teach you the sales process of how the ultimate sales process that you can use in any of sales call, okay, or a sales meeting. And I'm going to teach you the words that you need to use so you can break through any objection, and you can strike that conversation straight away with one question, with one opening line and question. You will be able to get the prospect to talk to you, and you will just ask them the question and just figure out if they are the right person to work with you, and at the end just close the deal like that if they are the right fit. And I already told you before, it's all about the numbers. It's numbers game. Okay, some people buy, some people don't, just because it's not either the right time, or they don't have the problem, or it's just not the right fit. But with those with which who really is, they will buy from you. Okay, and those are the ones that you are looking for. Okay, so here is the universal sales script that you are going to use to lead people through those 4 steps of the sales process that I have taught you just before. Okay, this is the script that's going to allow to increase your certainty that this person really has got the problem, and that's how you're going to lead them through the sales process and come to the ending closing state, and you will be able to close the sale. Okay, so this sales process it's got 5 stages. Okay, the first one is the sales pitch, and the second one is qualification process, and the third one is the presentation and the